15-year-old son drove one wagon, and Granddad Walker drove the other, and everybody else, I guess all the kids got to ride it, and all the elders got to walk along behind. But during this 150-mile trip, the Indians were following them, and they got smallpox and all this. It took about 15 days to make that trip. And the day they got to Midway, Oklahoma, they had the season's worst snowstorm, and they had the wagon, no shelter whatsoever, and this terrible snowstorm came. And so the walkers, to survive, they built a half dugout. If you ever wonder what a half dugout is, there it is. It's where you go in the side of a hill and you dig down about 6-8 feet. You put some kind of roof over it, and there's where you live till you survive till you can build a home. And again, if they had to move for a reason. They just didn't they must have been very poor. Things weren't going for them. So for a better life, off they went. So they probably arrived there with very little. They had to make it on their own. Now, Granddad Walker. See if I find any of you in this one. Granddad Walker was an early day entrepreneur. He did almost everything. He did custom farming. He is the first guy in the county to have a thrashing machine that's run by a steam engine. And our dad, Marshall, was a little bitty kid then, and his job was to put water in the steam engine and to fire the steam engine. He also, Uncle James Montgomery Walker he could repair anything. He also learned how to drill wells, and also how to dig cisterns. Cisterns is a way to store water they have when there's no. In Oklahoma, they have what's called gypsum water. You can't drink it. You had to either save your water from rainwater or truck it in from miles away. And Granddad Walker said, "Hey, I can truck water in my wagon and make money." So he was a water hauler of the many other things he did. He also he did everything. He learned how to build. He built barns, repaired barns. He did, you name it. But in the 1930s, things went belly up. You remember the Depression? Remember where everything, it quit raining. Everybody went to planting cotton, and they did over and over. We didn't know how to plow land, and they plowed it and flipped it over every year after year, and no rain, and all the soil began to blow away, and the crops died. And Granddad Walker lost his farm because he didn't have $300 or couldn't get $300 to pay taxes on his farm. And he left the farm and moved to town, and that was it. Now, our Marshall Walker was born in, our dad, your granddad, great-granddad, or great-great-granddad, was born in 1902. He was the youngest of 15 children. He attended the Midway School, and the Midway School was a two-room schoolhouse where you had one teacher, and it taught all the kids all the subjects. That's the school that Daddy went to. But Daddy he picked up Granddad. He worked with Granddad, his dad. He learned how to haul water. He learned how to build things. He learned how to drill wells. He learned how to build houses. He learned the word we'd use today. He learned to survive. And our Marshall Walker was a survivor. But one of the things he did, he learned music. His dad worked him hard. He would work on this farm all day long. Then as soon as the sun went down, Marshall Walker would grab his guitar, this guitar right here, jump on his horse, tie that guitar behind his saddle, head across the Red River, and go play in the Texas bars for tips. That's how one way he, as a child or as a teenager, he survived. As he got a little older, he started playing this guitar and a trombone and in silent movies. They were movies that didn't have sound. You had musicians that played songs during the movie, and Granddad did that. And I'll tell you that when he and Mother were dating, he would take Mother with him when he played the music on this guitar in the silent movies. And if he had had a real good week, and had a nickel, he'd buy grandmother, he'd buy her a bag of popcorn, and she'd sit there while Daddy played, looked at the movie and made the music match the movie. Now, also about the same, in the 1912, for no known reason, our other granddad, George Washington, just up and left Chapel Hill, Arkansas, and he went for a trip of 375 miles in a wagon just like that, possibly. He would, and that trip would have taken him. Oh gosh, how long was it? About 38 days for them to make that trip. If they loaded all the family and the kids and belongings and got into the wagon and made it. He went to Creta, Oklahoma, which is about 8 miles away from where Daddy was in El Dorado or Midway, Oklahoma. Now, Granddad Sutliff also, we had to live. They built a sod house or a half dugout or a whatever you want to call it. They lived in that for a while. The mom and the daddy and the kid, the younger kids lived in the half dugout, and all the older children had to live in the wagon out in the cold. But that's how they survived. Then